If you want to hit higher notes than you're currently capable of singing, listen up. When I first started singing, I really felt like I had two completely different voices. I had a low voice, which kind of worked sometimes, and I had a higher voice, which pretty much didn't work no matter what I did, right? It's kind of like this. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm, right? So my go-to really became, dropping everything down an octave, right? Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time, right? I mean, I may as well use the range that I've got, right? After years of lessons, thousands of hours of vocal exercises, I really started to feel like that was just my voice. This is just what I had to work with. But it turns out that's not it. If you're struggling to access your mid to higher range, it's not your instrument, it's the target. You could have the greatest bow and arrow in the world, but if you don't know what you're shooting at, you will never, ever hit the bullseye. And that's exactly what's been happening with your singers. So let me show you how to hit that bullseye on your high notes. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? It's not a limitation in what your voice is capable of, it's a limitation in the target that you're shooting for. I'm Keegan from Foundation Vocal Method and author of the best-selling voice coaching book, Reset Your Voice. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I've got a super special free gift for you that's going to help you take your singing to the next level. Now, before we talk about the target, before I show you where that target is, let me show you how to actually get there. We first need to show the voice how to actually get to those notes. Now, many singers aren't aware that there's actually two different ways to pitch the sound. There's two different ways that the voice can get to the pitch of the note, right? One works great for your low range, it works great for speaking, and the other is what you're supposed to be using for singing, right? We're gonna keep this super simple. Now, instead of pushing, as we go up in range, right? Here, and we start to push here, and then we break, right? Instead of doing this, if we add a slight cry to the sound, right? Hey, hey, hey. Hear the cry in the sound? Hey. This is how you're actually supposed to be pitching the sound. This is the singer's muscle. This is the singer's pitching muscle. Now, if you get your finger, place it here on your larynx, right? Don't push, obviously. And you just take your finger straight down. You're gonna get to a little V of bone here between your collarbones. This is called the trachea notch. When you make a falsetto sound, ooh, or head voice sound, ooh, you're gonna feel those ligaments come forward. This is actually where we're supposed to be pitching the sound. So instead of pushing up, hey, we should be focusing downwards to this area. Hey, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is your bow and arrow. This is how we actually hit the pitch. And you can practice it exactly the way that I just showed you, right? And when you're going up a scale, wherever you feel like you're starting to push and getting that pressure, take a slight break and add that, hey, like you're really sad. Hey, 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 hey. And you'll feel a different muscle take over. Hey, hey. And then over time, what you can do is actually work out that inflection, right? Hey. So the cry is not actually in there. Now, cry is not about making funny sounds and it's not about emotion. It's actually showing the voice how to get the pitch and how you want to pitch the sound. It's all about turning on your singing voice, going from your speaking voice, going from your low range, and actually using the right muscle, using the right instrument, right? Using that bow and arrow to hit the pitch. I like to call this shoot. Now let's talk about the target. Now imagine for a moment that your body is a house. Some people say that the body is a temple, right? The body is a house, right? And your voice is a couch, a sofa that you're trying to move around within this house, right? Now, the mistake that most people make is they get to a doorway, and they just start pushing the couch more and more and more. They push harder and harder, and nothing they do is ever going to get that couch to fit through that doorway. They either damage the walls or they damage the couch, right? Or you just lower the key an octave like I used to do. Now, instead, what we need to do is open the French doors, right? And that couch will slide through. It'll just glide through without any effort. There won't be any resistance to the sound. Now, the French doors, very top, back of the mouth. If you gasp, you're going to feel these muscles here kind of come out. Not downwards, but this way, right? And as you're singing, as we go up in range, instead of hey and pushing against the door, we need to open those French doors, that gasp, that surprise sound. Hey, ah, yeah, hey, hey, and that will get you into the room, right? So we shoot our sound with the cry, hey, right? And then we're making sure that we open up those French doors. Don't push the couch through the doorway, just open the friggin' doors, right? Hey, and this is the same space in the back that we spoke about in my last video. Now, I don't know about you, but when something works, when I find something that works in life, I generally tend to just do more of that thing, right? And this is where most singers go wrong, right? You find that space and then you keep trying to open those doors, thinking that it's going to give you more and more high notes, because that's what worked at that point, right? You added your cry, you created your space, and then you keep trying to create more space. High notes are small. High notes are fast. They're high frequency, right? So we basically need to find a position for the couch. We're in the room, we've got the couch to the doorway, we just need to find the right position so that your high notes have somewhere to sit. We shoot with the cry, we open with the French doors, the surprised gasp, the yeah, oh yeah, surprise sound in the back. And then what we need to do is that same feeling of spreading out without closing down the French doors, we basically need to bring in that space. And you'll find that you'll stay in the room, but it will become more pinpointed, right? Hey, right? Hey, and this is where your missing high range has been hiding. The voice follows the body, hence the hand movements. Hey, shoot, open, and aim. This is foolproof. Use your cry to pitch the sound, open up those French doors in the back, and then narrow it down and aim right to the spot where you want that couch and you want that high note to sit. And this goes for any sound, any vowel that you're singing, any word that you're singing. Now, words are where most singers go wrong at this point. It doesn't translate into real singing and real songs. They might find some of these spaces with a funny sound or an exercise, and that's great, it's fantastic. But then it doesn't translate into real songs. It doesn't translate into a song, right? They sing the words and everything goes wrong. Now, here's the thing. The words don't do the work for you. Words aren't working harder at a higher note, right? Your words aren't doing the work. You need to let the internal resonance do the work for you, not the word. We don't put more power and pressure into the word. We really need to let that resonance take over. So we need to use this same system and these same sensations and these same areas, shoot, open, and aim when we're singing real songs. Let me show you how this translates. Friends and liars, don't wait for me. Right? Friends. It's my cry, right? Hey. Underneath here. Friends. Now if I push up, friends. No, we're putting the power into the word. We want to get those French doors open in the back. So where you gasp. Friends and liars. And you see the resonance takes over. I don't have to go and. Friends and liars, don't wait for me. 'Cause I'll get on all by myself. I put millions of miles under my ears. I'm just getting into that space in the back, right? Now, as we get higher, we don't just keep opening that space, right? I am not your rolling wheels. You see how easy the higher notes are because I'm pinpointing them down? I'm not shouting, right? I am not yeah. And trying to continue opening, right? We need to aim, right? Shoot is your cry. Open is your French doors. That's your palate in the back. And then we need to narrow it down to the exact note that we want to sing, right? And this is how we hit high notes. I am not your rolling wheels. I am the highway. I am not your carpet rhyme. I am the sky. All I'm doing is pinpointing exactly that position of where I want it to be. Shoot, that's your cry. Open, that's your French doors, that's your soft palate. And then we narrow it down to the exact spot that we want the note. Let me do a quick recap for you. Now we need to show the voice how to actually hit that note instead of just blasting, right? We need to really use that bow and arrow, right? So we're using a cry in the sound. Hey, hey. Hearing the cry, right? It's really sad. Hey. And those mid to higher notes are gonna open up. Now the space that we need to open up into, instead of pushing up against that wall, right, we just need to open the French doors. Imagine the French doors are lying kind of horizontal on the ground and you just open them up. This is your palate at the back. Hey! And then when we want to hit the high note, instead of getting bigger, we need to narrow it down and actually pinpoint exactly where we want that couch, right? Hey! Right, and then when you're singing a song, hey! You just need to shoot the arrow and get the right space and the right spot. At the start of this video, I told you that there was a free gift I'd be giving you that was going to help you take your singing to the next level. Now, pitching the sound in the wrong way and getting those acoustic spaces wrong is just one of 12 vocal progress killers, which is holding you back from your true potential, your full potential as a singer. So what I've done to make this really, really easy for you is I've created a 12 vocal progress killers cheat sheet, which you can download right now. And in a matter of moments, you can be going through this cheat sheet, ticking off all the things that you might have been getting wrong along the way. It's super practical. It's super straight to the point. Oh my God, I've been doing that. That one too. Whoops, I've been screwing that one up. Oh, I didn't know I needed to do that. It's really simple, straight to the point. Plus, there's an exclusive training video that comes out for every single one of the 12 vocal progress killers. Hit this link to download your free 12 Vocal Progress Killers cheat sheet and get those exclusive videos coming out to you. I'm Keegan from Foundation Vocal Method. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to get more voice training content just like this. We're definitely going to talk soon.